That's what you do. You plan for the best days of their lives.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Right? Growing up in the Bay Area and a graduate of USC, Lisa started her career in entertaining at several hotspots in the LA dining scene. 23 years ago in 1997, she opened Details Event Planning and has been planning the most incredible weddings ever since. She's been featured in all the press outlets like Martha Stewart Weddings, Style Me Pretty, and Inside Weddings for her work with celebrities and Fortune 500 clients. Lisa believes in celebrating life to the fullest and loves planning events around the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Lisa Gorjestani. It's gonna be the best day of my life. I just thought this song was perfect for you.
It's perfect. I love it. Thank you.
Right?
That is a fabulous introduction. Thank you.
Yes, for a fabulous lady. I love it when clients do that going back up the aisle at the end. I
know, right? Yeah.
It's a great exit recessional song.
Completely.
Well, welcome. How are you doing? How's life?
I know the big question these days. So how are you?
Yes, like but this time we really mean it.
I know, right? Yeah, not that canned answer. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, right. Seriously, because everybody's been like this, up and down, great, sad, happy, confused. Oh.
I know, and it's everyone, which is key there. It's everybody. It's not like a portion of people. It's everybody. It's this industry. It's the entire world. So. Yes. So yes, it is an important question to ask these days, and wanting that really sincere, genuine, truthful answer. And my answer is that I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. Yeah, I think that there's been a major, everyone has to look at the silver lining always, and I think so when this kind of started, I realized, what, there's a silver lining here. We all need to make the most of it. It's certainly an issue and it's stressful, and having a whole year of jobs basically postpone and push out. It's like you just have to roll with it.
I was going to ask you, has everybody moved to 2021 for you?
Yeah, I'd say at least 75% have moved. Yeah. And then we had some corporate that just unfortunately canceled, but
that's a shame. You're like, please don't cancel, but
I know. Yeah. You can't argue with them. And it's like you're there to work on their behalf and look out for their best interests. You can't sell them and having a corporate conference, destination for 200 people.
Yeah. And you can't. And you can try and do it virtually and everything, but I know that
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Yes, I know. It's very hard. 2021 should hopefully be a very busy year for everybody.
Yeah, we're going to certainly be really, really busy.
Yeah, putting 2 years into 1 year, it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
I know. But looking forward to it. I literally cannot wait for that.
I know, right? Don't you just want to get back to work? Are you missing it? What are you missing the most?
Well, the people, for sure. I really miss the people. I miss the clients. I miss having those meetings. But it's at the same time, it's I feel that I've been so lucky to have this period of time. I have a daughter who's home from college. My son just graduated from high school.
Congrats.
So I know, thank you.
He just came on, I think I just saw Taylor. I think that's your daughter.
Hey, Taylor. So it's been great to have that time together. And just take advantage, because I feel as we work so hard in this industry. It's non-stop, which is fine. I love working hard, but I don't know how much I was 100% present for everything, because I was so busy. I was always juggling so many things and had, what do I need to do next? My checklist on my mind. So to have them home and really embrace it and be there 100% has been really nice.
Oh, that's lovely. That's the great things that have come out of this. Don't you find everyone's family unit has just gone, really tight.
Yeah,
that's
for
really
sure.
Lovely.
So I know we have tolerated everyone really well.
That's good. Did you get any puppies, or did you do anything?
I know, right? Yeah. A couple of my clients out there, that's what they're doing, because they're postponing a year. They're like, okay, if we're going to postpone, we're getting a puppy. I'm like, you do that.
Yes. I love that.
I know. We didn't get a puppy, but our dogs have been very well taken care of. They love the walks, and you know, I may have taken things a little further and started cooking them their dinners. So,
oh my gosh, you really have.
You know, yeah, they've spoiled big time.
The dogs are like, when are they going back to work? They're exhausted.
I know, like, I'm so tired of you. I gotta want to walk.
Stop kissing me. Stop hugging me. I know.
Look.
Oh, I love it. So take us back. How did you get started in this glorious industry?
Oh boy, I know, a long time ago. Well, I grew up in a family of entertainers. So my mom, she was a great cook. She was very creative. My dad, the same. Like he's an excellent cook, like loves to have these, great parties, like grand ideas. And so I kind of think it was in my blood. And I always knew I wanted my own business. So anyhow, I grew up, I went to USC, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And believe it or not, I studied and got a degree in drama. And I was horrible actor. I'm not singing like at all, like not even a little bit. My dancing is questionable. So after graduation, I quickly realized that was not my calling. And so I pursued, I worked at a bunch of restaurants and kind of went that route. And then I got married in 1997 and just decided to go for it. I just said, you know what, I think I want to do this. I just read an article, actually, it was in Town and Country, I'll never forget this, about like the big wedding planners at that time. And I remember reading about Mindy Weiss and, how she works and price structure and all that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And so,
wow, that's a good one to look up to and follow.
It really is.
Mindy
I
Weiss.
know.
Wow. And that was your inspiration. And then you just, off you went.
Off I went. Yeah. And so, during the beginning, certainly there were some learning curves, but loved every minute of it. And then I remember saying, like, this is great. Like, I really like doing this. I love the people and it's creative, but I can't imagine doing this for 10 years. Sure enough, 10 years passes. And then sure enough, 20 years pass. And here we are at 23 years. And I'm so lucky. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm grateful every day.
It is one of the best job, isn't it? It's so much fun. But did you find that, like, even studying drama, even though you didn't go on to pursue it, don't you find that helps you with your events?
It did. I feel like it's helped the public speaking, becoming a little more comfortable speaking in front of people. And I'm not the biggest person, you know what I mean? And so it's like, I feel like I have to have a bigger presence. And so it did definitely help. It helped me bring me out of my shell a little bit. Cause I'd say in general, I'm a pretty shy, more reserved private person. So I did learn.
No, I think it helps everybody. Public speaking or dancing and also for, for discipline as well. If you're a dancer, whatever, the discipline translates into every part of your life. I found.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just that regimen, that routine. And basically I think too, just to keep trying, keep going until
absolutely
things perfect.
Do you remember your first wedding?
Oh my God, yes. I sure do. So, very, very beginning. So it was, and this is when I was doing like day of packages, like really I would have done anything. And so it was a couple and they were getting married at the Biltmore downtown. And it was a Jewish wedding, and I'm not Jewish, so I wasn't super familiar with all the traditions. So I got all the books and I was reading, and learning about everything I could. And somehow pulled it off. But I remember just being so nervous about, because then that's like when the public speaking came in, because I had to do the rehearsal and make sure I, sounded like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But
and running rehearsals are quite daunting, aren't they? Because you have sometimes so many people there.
Yeah, exactly.
And have to command the room and everyone's chip chatting because they haven't seen each other for so long.
Yeah. they don't want to really, focus and listen to you. They're there to hang out. So
and you don't want to come across as mean and like Sergeant Majory, do you? It's like a really fine line, do you find?
Yeah, I know.
Rehearsal.
I know, right? Yeah, you want to be like still like the nice person, but have authority and get things done. So
yeah, and make it fun. Otherwise, you'll be like, "Oh, that wedding planner is so mean."
I know.
And nobody wants that on their wedding day.
They really don't. Yeah, I didn't want to like start things off with that reputation at all.
Yes, I can't imagine you being anything but just delightful with your couples and their wedding party. But it's so true. Just trying to keep the peace and keep the calm. It's crazy.
Right.
And also there's so much to a Jewish wedding, isn't there, as well? There's so many pieces and parts to it, and kiddush cups and talits and,
all that. And this was like a Orthodox, it wasn't just Jewish, Reformed. It was like the full deal. Yeah, bedeck and everything. So yeah, it was a good lesson for me, but I loved it. You know what I mean? And like, that's, it's obviously helped me through, the years, and I love the tradition. It was great to learn, just to know that. Yeah,
it's lovely. It's such a learning process. Really, every wedding you do, don't you find you learn something new? I love that about our business.
I know, always. And I really hope, and I try to not take things for granted. You know what I mean? Because as we have seen this year, you never know what can happen. And you can always learn. It's like there's always new issues that you have to learn how to resolve. And so I definitely take every experience, even if there's an issue, like I go like, okay, this is a drag, we have to deal with it. Or if it's a call with like father of the bride or whatever it is that might be a little uncomfortable, I'm always happy to do it, because I know something good will come out of it. And I know it's good to confront that and, and again, like learn from it and bring it forward.
It is a call from the father of the bride. Then you go, okay, here we go. Brace yourself.
It's always usually budget call, but
yes, I know. I hate those calls. Yeah. Oh, there's a budget? No, I'm kidding.
I know, right? Yeah, we get those every now and then.
Yes. What's your favorite part of the wedding day?
Oh, the favorite part. Probably when the ceremony's over. They're all up on the dance floor having the time of their life. You just see this whole crowd of people, especially the bride and groom, and they are having so much fun. I'd say that's like a big, this is it. This is why I love this. This is so worth it. It's hard work, but that's amazing.
Yeah, it is a lovely moment, isn't it? When you just see it all come together. Yeah, definitely. That moment when you show them the ballroom for the first time, they've only seen like little mock-ups here and there.
Right.
And then you show it to them, and then you see them dancing and laughing and crying.
Yeah, I know, the best.
I'm sure you're like me. You'll see us in the back laughing and crying with them, because you
I know,
feel like
exactly. I know, me and my crew with Suzanne and Lauren, we always have, that like, oh my God, that was so great. And then after the wedding, we all get together and have our recap and, usually eating like French fries and, white wine.
Yes. The inspired silence is the best part, is when dessert is served and you can exhale. That's also true.
Yeah, I know.
Once cake is cut, you go, okay.
Yeah,
I can breathe now.
Or I can go home stretch.
Yeah, or I can go to the bathroom now.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right? Don't you find? Like,
I know, the little things that we kind of, may forget along the day.
Nobody thinks about that, but we're like racehorses. We hold it, or camels. A bizarre thing to talk about, but it's true.
It's like behind the scenes. This stuff is real.
Yes, it is. So how did destination weddings come about for you?
That was early on, actually. So I remember a client reached out, and she wanted to get married in Mexico, and so was Cabo. And she was determined. She's like, I'm going to get married in Cabo, and I want you to do it. And this will be published in Martha Stewart. Like, she was all about that. I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. We'll make that happen. Yeah. And so, and it was only me at that time. It was really difficult. I remember going to the airport, and, like when you do these destination weddings, there is so much stuff to bring in, because they want, everything you can get here in Los Angeles, they want that there. So brought, you know,